If I had my way, everything would be so nice. This world would be like Paris. No, it would be a paradise. No one would ever have to say, I'm gonna get my wish someday. All one would have to do is say, this is my order, if you may. Welcome to another episode of The School Without Walls. I'm Antonio Hobbs, host and founder of this educational program. My guest today is Mrs. Supha Mays. She is the wife of attorney Richard Mays, that most of you here in Arkansas are acquainted with. Glad to have you with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Okay, you want to give us a little bit of your background, where you were born. I understand you were born in Laos, was it?
Yes,
Laos?
I actually was born in Laos, came to America when I was barely 8.
About 8 years old?
Didn't speak English. My second language, my first language is Laos. I speak Thai as well fluently.
You still retain the language?
Yes, I speak it fluently.
That's
and
wonderful.
My second language is French. So when we came to America, my sister and I, all we knew was French. And obviously in America,
there's very little French, right?
Right, you speak English. So I had to replace French with English. I remember they would talk to my sister and I, we're like, no, I speak English.
How about that? How much, were you speaking French fluently?
Yes, fluently.
Did you live in France at one point?
No, my sister and I went to a private school because my mom and my dad both, I want to mention my mom and dad, Roy Chandra Churchill's my dad. He's Indian and British, and my mother is Thai and Laos. They both work for the embassy. My dad was with the British intelligence, and my mother actually was with the embassy, which she worked with immigration and naturalization, you name it.
Are they still living?
No, they're both deceased.
I'm sorry.
But I'm glad they're my parents.
And you do have siblings, you said?
I do. I have
Where
four.
are they?
They are kind of spread out. I have one in Sacramento, California, in Houston, Tulsa, and I have one. I have two half-brother in Bentonville, Arkansas.
Bentonville, okay.
And I'm missing one. I have one in California, Tulsa. They move all over because their spouse, they're engineers, so they relocate.
Okay.
But we are here in the U.S.
Now, where did you graduate from high school? Which state?
Oh my gosh.
Which state? It's neither
Here
state.
in Arkansas.
Oh, in Arkansas.
Yeah, and then we moved away to California.
After graduation.
So, yes.
Okay. Did you do any university or college?
I did. I actually went to school, University of Arkansas, and my oldest sister and I did. And after that, I started my career working for a doctor as an office manager in Fort Smith, actually, and then took my first corporate position at Walmart in Bentonville, Arkansas.
Tell me about that. I understand you made them a lot of money.
Yeah, I did. I actually started as a regional manager.
You started as a regional manager?
I was regional manager, assistant in people division, and I actually had about 10,000 associates under our leadership, my boss and I, and I was over in the state of Indiana and Ohio and part of Kentucky. So every Walmart store that you see, it was in our region. We oversee the whole thing from promotion, demotion, termination, union activity, etc. New store opening. It was under our leadership.
I see.
So.
I often wondered about an organization or a company as large as Walmart. How in the world can they manage that enough? What is the system? Do you understand the system of managing all that vast industry?
Well, we have some great servant leaders that also work with us collectively to make sure that we have a smooth operation. In the region, I have 13 districts. Each district have about 12 stores. Each store employs 300 to 500 plus associates. And so we have from the DM to the GM to the co-manager, assistant manager to trainee to the hourly associate, from the cart pusher to the cashier. I mean, they have quite an infrastructure.
That's where that computer really comes in handy.
Absolutely, yes. That's why they beat their competition, because of technology.
Yeah,
technology. I mean, the inventory is controlled by the system. Yeah. The POS, which is a point of sale. Every time you ever checked out at Walmart, when you checked out, whether it be a piece of gum or a piece of clothing, it would send the information to Bentonville, Arkansas. It would gather it. I could tell you by category, what that product sold a day, a week. So each of my stores do about 350,000 a day.
My God. What about Sam's? How is Sam connected with Walmart? I know it's the same founder, right?
Yes.
Sam's stores.
Sam's Club actually was founded by Sam Walton. Mr. Walton visited Costco, the owner of Costco. If you read, there's a book. I actually had, you know, when you work for corporate, you have to understand the culture. You have to understand the history, how Sam Walton started the company.
Right.
He actually visited the owner of Costco, and the concept came about when he saw that Costco actually is like a big wholesale for small business. So he actually took that concept, learning from Costco, and launched his own Sam's Club.
Now the Sam's Club came after Walmart, right?
Correct,
He had
yes.
started Walmart. Okay, so much for that. Let's talk about your business. I understand you have a pretty nice business going now. This is your magazine, right?
Yes, Inclusion.
Okay, tell us about Inclusion.
Well, Inclusion magazine, I figure, you know, making all that money for Walmart, I figure, let me go make some money for myself.
Yeah, right.
So we
Inclusion.
launched a media company with a publication called Inclusion magazine. It's my tagline
I'm gonna
is
hold this up and see if the camera.
One World, One Market. It's a business magazine for minority and anybody would like to understand about business, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, how to get into college, how to clean your credit. We talk about things that really matters. It's factual.
Factual.
It's educational. So,
Inclusion.
yes.
Okay.
So
how often is this published? Is it a monthly, weekly?
it's bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly?
We publish every 2 months.
Every 2
Our
months.
distribution is about 282,000. We're in print, we're 50,000. We're online, electronically, and in print.
I believe it's break time, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to continue talking about inclusion and anything else that you would like to talk about. I believe you have another business too.
I do.
Nonprofit.
Hey, Ma.
Hi,
Did you
dear.
take your medicine?
Oh gosh, I forgot it.
Her nurse. You need a claim number? Her personal assistant. Let me just grab a... Her housekeeper. Her cook. Her accountant. When I started taking care of Mom, I didn't realize the challenge of playing so many roles. But above all, I'm still her daughter.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving to connect with experts and other caregivers. Together, we can better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
How did UAPB prepare me? The Business Marketing Program. Here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the faculty works very close with us, making sure we reach our full potential. With the help of Career Services, I was able to obtain an internship with Hope Federal Credit Union. This opportunity allowed me to travel to different states and learn additional skills. The company was so impressed at how talented and prepared I was as an intern that they offered me a full-time position as program officer. That's how UAPB prepared me.
What's up? This is Swiss Beats. Do you know that 1,000 people ages 13 to 24 are infected with HIV every month in the U.S.? As African Americans, HIV hits us harder than any other racial group. We account for over 44% of all new HIV infections in the U.S. You can't tell by looking at somebody if they're infected. Do you know your status? Visit Act Against AIDS to find out where you can get tested for free.
Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Those of you who have just joined us, I'm Antonio Hobbs, host of this educational program called The School Without Walls. My guest is Mrs. Supha Mays. We were talking about your magazine, so you have a nonprofit corporation. You want to tell us about that and how you might help people through that?
Yes, we do. Actually, my nonprofit been established since '09. It's called Multicultural Expo Center, and the purpose of the nonprofit, actually, why I actually created that was to. Our goal is to unify and connect people from all over the world. It doesn't matter where you come from, what your financial status, to maintain a skill set, or if you want to learn a skill set, you can come to the center to learn. If you don't know a computer, we could teach you basic computer skill, bookkeeping. If you want to learn another language, you can come to the center to learn Chinese,
Now,
Spanish.
where is the center located, or is it in different places?
It's actually, we're in the process of raising money to purchase a building
For the center, that's in,
yes.
yeah, okay.
Yes, it's going to be actually here in Little Rock, Arkansas. I would like to have it pilot here in our home state, where the capital is at, because I know there's a lot of need for a center such as a multicultural center,
Yes.
which helps underprivileged families and individuals. And it'll be open Monday to Friday from 9 to 8. And basically, just imagine a center where you could come and learn. You could learn how to cook. You could learn another language. You could get your GED. You could learn skill set that could help you launch and start your own business. What are some of the legality in order for you to understand if I was working for a company, you know, maybe as an administrative assistant, et cetera, but I have a skill set of being a chef. And you know, you could go to school and learn about different trades, skill set that
In your center, you
Through the
have
center.
all of those opportunities
Yes.
within your center.
yes.
My, that's an ambitious project.
Well, it takes time, and it, of course, any project or any initiative program takes money. So-
Yes, that's true. Now, will the clients or customers have to pay for this?
No, they do not have to
They do
pay.
not
It's
have to
actually, it's a community center where we have to raise money and private sector to help fund the center. So for those that need the service or would like to come and learn skill set or learn different trade, it would be complimentary. It's no fee.
It's more or less for the underprivileged, am I correct?
Yes, for underprivileged families. We'll have a computer center, for example. You could come, we'll have 80 computers. If you're in a home where you don't have a computer to do your homework or to do research, you could come to the center and utilize our computer
That
center.
is excellent. That would keep a lot of youngsters off the street, no doubt, because a lot of young persons who are from poor families are on the street because they have nothing to do.
Right.
There'll be a lot of places where they can go to prepare themselves, like you said, computers and whatever else you said, cooking.
Cooking, taking another language. You know, we have retired teachers that volunteered tutoring. You know, we will have allocate time and space where if you need help with mathematics or history, that we'll have someone. Of course, there'll be a scheduled time that you can
Right.
sign up because there's kind of limited on space that you could sign up to get assistant with your homework.
And as large as Little Rock is, you should have quite a few prepared adults that could work and give that time to, because a lot of retired teachers and things like that, you were looking for people of that caliber, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
That want to
People-
give some time, some service. But you would be open, how long would you be open? The center would be open about how many hours per day?
We open from, I think I said 9 to 8, Monday through Saturday. We close on Sunday, but some of the staff are mostly volunteers. And we'll have some, you know,
You have to have a
compensated
paid
staff.
administrator and staff
Absolutely,
and stuff
yes,
like that to
yes.
really keep things going. But I imagine quite a few of the teachers might volunteer 3 or 4 hours,
Right,
something like that.
correct,
Yeah.
yes.
That sounds wonderful. And you already have the building, I understand.
No, we actually found a building. We're
you found the
negotiating.
building.
We'll see. It's
Okay.
all about the price.
Okay.
Because you got to fix it up, and then we'll use Anthony Brook and Sheila Brooks Business Drywall to help us renovate it.
Yeah. Now, where is it located, the building that you have in mind? Where is it located?
Well, it's
What part of
actually,
Little Rock?
I don't want to reveal the location
Okay,
yet because I don't want them to think I'm going to go ahead and make an offer.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm always, you know, trying to look for the best place, the best space, because I want to have a center that when you come to that center, it makes you feel good, makes you excited about being your best and achieving that anything is possible in this lifetime. Through the center that we can provide that opportunity for you to excel and exceed.
Have you had that idea a long time, or something that came up recently? The idea of the center.
I actually, my mother sponsored 20 families to the U.S. And I remember growing up, my mom would have, you know, people residing with us. They might have 5 kids or 6 kids. She would help them obtain a job, church, and then once she found them a a place of their own, they would relocate on their own. So helping have always been part of my, you know, creating a program where we could assist other people.
I see.
It's always been part of my dream.
That reminds me of my organization, the Human Elevation Love Project. The acronym is HELP. I had two houses in Little Rock a while back called Help Homes, where we took women mainly who had drug problems and that had been incarcerated, and rehabilitated them and helped them to find jobs. That's sort of on the order idea of helping humanity. My daughter, Carolyn Hobbs, lives in Little Rock. She might get involved with what you're doing because she left, and when she left, the administrator left, so I let the business go.
Right.
And she's back now, so I want you to meet her, Carolyn Hobbs, my daughter.
I look forward to it.
I'll give you a phone number after we finish. Okay, let us stop for break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
I chose UAPB because of their master's and PhD offerings in the aquaculture and fisheries department. Applying what we've learned in the classroom to real-world problems in the field has been most beneficial in the classroom. It's that real-world experience that makes the difference. The entire aquaculture and fisheries department act as mentors here on campus. I feel that it's their goal to help me succeed. While attending another university, I had the opportunity to intern at UAPB in the Lonoke County Fish Diagnostics Lab. The exposures and experiences in that internship led me to transfer to University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Upon graduation with my undergraduate's degree in aquaculture and fisheries, I intend to seek a master's degree here at the university. My experience at the university has been a good one. I consider it an honor to be part of a well-established aquaculture and fisheries program that receives national recognition. UAPB is preparing me.
Time to wake up.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Don't forget, you've got a job to do today.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. Thanks.
I've got the job.
Welcome aboard.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Those of you who have just joined us, I'm Antonio Hobbs, host of this educational program called The School Without Walls. My guest today is Mrs. Supha Mays, the wife of attorney Richard Mays. What are some of the things you feel that you might could do to enhance our college, our university? You were talking about something, I've forgotten exactly.
Oh, college to career.
College to career. Let's talk about college to career, okay?
Well, college to career is part of our Inclusion One World One Market initiative. And basically that program is to connect our current college students, to be proactive, to connect them to a career. Basically, whatever your major, whether it be in IT or business management, that we're able to align you to connect with some of the corporate leaders we currently are doing business with. So that way, when you graduate, you would already be interning with that company. So it's relative, because if you're majoring in IT, I could put you in, for example, with Hewlett Packard.
Right.
Okay, because you're in that field, so we want to make sure that you get connected. So when you graduate, guess what? You're going to already have a position, not just a job, but a career.
Yeah,
okay,
position, that's different than a job.
Right.
Explain that. What is the difference in a job and a career, just for the benefit of those who don't understand?
I would be glad to explain that. I tell my son, a job is something that anyone could get. You could go and work at McDonald's as a cashier. You could go and work at Easy Mark as a clerk. But a career is something that you have to go to school and you learn a particular skill set that no matter where you reside, whether in Arkansas or in New York, it's marketable, no matter where you relocate to. So that's a different job, a career.
Right.
A career is something that is valuable. A career is something that you can demand certain compensation. And in a job, longevity, and you could grow into a certain executive level. But in a job, it's just really not skill. You want to go get a job. You go get a job cleaning hotels.
Right.
You go get a job at a gas station.
Right.
But that's a different between a job and career. The compensation is totally different, and the environment is totally different.
You got that right. You're reminding me of politicians, especially saying, we're bringing in this plan, and there are so many jobs. You hear that quite a bit, 3,300 jobs.
Right.
And I never hear them say there's a career opportunity, because they're talking about workers, right? Somebody to come in and work for 6 months or a year until they lay you off. All right, but career, you don't expect to be laid off.
Right,
you can move right on to another series of something.
That's right. Or you could even come from a job to having a career to being your own boss.
There you go.
Okay.
Right. Self-employed.
Exactly. You could be, we all have a choice. And that choice is we could either be an employee or we can be an employer. Right. So do we know the difference?
And the importance. And do we want to pay the price?
That's right.
Right.
I mean, that comes with a lot of hard work, dedication, continuing education, networking, and getting out and letting people know what is your...
When you said networking, for the benefit of the youngsters, what are you talking about? Networking? What is
networking? I'm not talking about hanging out with a friend, not that sort of networking. The networking I'm referring to is basically, you know, our environment. Go ahead.
Contacting and communicating with persons that can help you along the way.
Absolutely.
That's what you're talking. Get acquainted with people that are able to reach back and help you.
That's right. People that have position, power.
Right.
They're able to really make a difference and impact lives. I mean, when I say networking, you know, participate in your community activities. You know, support your local college or high school. Volunteer, yes.
That's so important.
And also sit on boards. Get to know what's going on in your community.
Right.
Whether it be, you know, sitting on an education board or through volunteering, that then you'll be asked to sit on a board because they know that you allocate time because this is important to you. But the network I'm referring to is, you know, your friends that you grew up with in high school, college, etc. Stay connected with them because you never know in the future what position or role they would be playing in that environment or that setting, whether in Arkansas or Atlanta or New York. And that network, you don't know if your son or daughter might be graduating in that market and might need a position. That
is so true. I've known cases like that. I've known people that went to college with this, you know, buddies, just good buddies, and something happened 10 or 20 years later, and this fellow remembered him, and he gets him a job in his corporation, his company, because of the network, and they kept networking, you see.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't want to forget the bridges that bring you over and so forth.
Right.
Okay, what's next you have for us here? William, how much more time do we have? We have 2 minutes to close it out.
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Well, I want to go into, you know, entrepreneurship because I'm really, really big on entrepreneurship and taking someone with you if you're successful. Whether you're successful or not, I think you should always try to learn, but also help someone.
Try to help someone.
Always.
I believe we are put here on this earth to help somebody.
Absolutely.
I really believe that.
Right. We all have a purpose, and that purpose is only you would have to know, and you have to feel that purpose.
Right.
You can't learn it. It's something you feel.
You
What is
feel
your
it.
purpose in this lifetime? And I know my purpose is, success to me is being able to take someone with me and help them to apply the talent and skill set he or she may have, whether it be owning a company or being an artist or just you know, being a pastor or a leader in the community. Whatever it is he or she desires, that I feel that we have to feel it and we have to go make it happen for ourselves.
Let me ask this briefly. How many celebrities have you met in working with you? I'm sure you've met some of the celebrities that are known. Have you met some of them? Like
well,
the
we
Oprah
have.
Winfrey's and the different people like that?
Oh my gosh, we meet so many diverse group, from the music industry to actresses, from the owner of BET. We actually had him in a front cover of Inclusion. Bob Johnson, who sold BET for 3.2+ billion to Viacom.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yes.
And what did he do with that? How did he
Well, he
invest that?
reinvested in other business like hotels, I believe, insurance, automotive. But it's, you know, to make more money, you got to get your money to make more money for you, because it takes money to make money.
There you go. If you
Okay.
don't have any money, it's hard to get a hold of some money, right?
Right.
So figure out some way to get some money, and then let the money work for you.
That's
When
right.
you work for the money.
Right.
I've heard people say that.
Right. Don't go after the money. You need to, you know, to me, the beautiful thing about loving what you do is every day you wake up, it's not work. It's like going to play.
That's the way I'm
Okay.
with teaching.
Right.
I just love it. I just love it. I just love it.
When you love it, you wake up every day excited about
And you're going
whatever
to be
it is.
successful if you
That's
love
right.
it.
That's right.
Well,
And
look,
the money will follow.
The money will fall in place. We're going to stop on that note. So glad to have you. And say
Well, thank you,
hello
Dr.
to
Hub,
Richard
having me.
for me.
I sure will.
You do that?
Thank you.
Okay.
I sure will.
And don't forget me now.
I won't.
Okay, then.